So today it is a review day. So let's look at the Common Core standard. So it's functions, and it is basically interpreting functions. And 7a basically says graph linear functions, graph linear functions, and show intercepts. Okay, that's our Common Core. 1, 2, 16, 17. All right. So first of all, let's take a look at number 1. Okay. So it says name alternate interior angles. So alternate interior angles make the z. So put a little z there. I don't know if that'll help you. Put a little z there, then you know it makes the z, right? So for a pair of alternate interior angles, I can see a z right here with 3 and 6. Okay. Angle 3 and angle 6 are alternate interior angles. They alternate between the transversal and they're both interior. That's why they call it. So angle, I would go with angle 3 and angle 3 and angle 6. Okay. Corresponding angles, that makes the F. Okay. Anybody see the corresponding angles?
4 and 7.
4 and 7. Nice job. I totally agree. Angle 4 and angle 7. Same side supplementary, same side interior makes the C. What do you think? Anybody have an answer?
Angle 4 and angle 6.
Angle 4 and angle 6. Good. Angle 4 and angle 6. And there's another pair as well, but we only need to just identify one pair, okay? Alternate exterior angle. They make that weird looking Y thingy. Right?
1 and 7.
1 and 7, or 2 and 8, right? 1 and 7, I totally agree. Angle 1 and angle 7. And vertical angles, same 2 lines, right? 2 lines that cross, right? Lots of them. In fact, there's 8 different pairs of vertical angles. What do you see? Give me one pair.
1 and 4.
1 and 4, awesome. 1 and angle 4, okay? Can you do this tomorrow? Can you name them? Okay, thumbs up, everybody good? Okay, that should be easy, right? Okay, let's slide up, okay? Number 6. So looking at this picture, if angle 3 is 2x plus 15. Hello, Mr. Daly, how are you?
Doing well.
Come on up. I'm doing great. And angle 5 is 3x plus 15. Okay, so if x is 30, let's show the lines parallel. Let's go back to this, okay? Remember? Do the hand thing. Ready? Mr. Daly, you'll love it, okay? So if lines are parallel, then alternate interior angles are equal. What's the difference?
If alternate interior angles are equal, then they're parallel.
Nice job, Katie. You just did a converse, didn't you? Ready? Switch your hands. Converse, right? Saying the opposite. So if alternate interior angles are equal, then the lines are parallel. So we prove the parallel lines. We have to have the word what? What do we got to say? What word am I going to say? Converse. Converse is saying the opposite, right? So let's check it out, okay? So let's put it in there. Measure of angle 3. Thank you, Mr. Daly. I'm going to go 2 times my 30 plus 15, right? 60 plus 15 is 75, okay? Measure of angle 5 equals 3 times 30 plus 15, what's that, 105. All right, now they're not equal. But let's take a look at which angles I'm looking for, okay? So I'm really looking at angle 3 and angle 5. All right? They don't even look equal, do they? Though 3 and 5, they don't even look equal. But what do I know about those 2 angles? Yeah, and they're totally right. So does that add up to 180 degrees? Yes. So they're parallel by, you ready? Converse. Everybody say it. Converse. When you say the parallel lines, you got to use converse, same side interior. How's that? Do you guys do that tomorrow? But you got to put the word converse. If you don't put the word converse, I'm going to take half a point off, okay? Okay, number 7, AB. Let's check this line out. So if we're going to find the equation line, Claire, you asked, when do I use y equals mx plus b, right? I'm going to use it now because I'm going to come up with the equation in slope intercept form. Okay, so AB, let's check it out. AB Seems like it goes through 3, right? So that's the B. And then it goes down 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3. Down 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3. So, what's the equation for 7? Y equals what? Negative. Yep. Plus 3. Everybody agree with that? Y equals negative 2/3 x plus 3. Thumbs up? Okay, good. 8. CD. CD. Y equals negative 3. That's it. You could put a 0x in there, right, Eduardo? But that's kind of a waste of time. You could go y equals 0x minus 3, but yeah, that's it. Nice job, okay? GH. GH. Anybody?
Isn't it just y equals x?
Yes, I like that. So, Keisha, if I were to do it the long way, I'd say y equals 1 over 1x plus 0. Up 1 over 1, up 1 over, starts 0. But it's better y equals x. Here's, because I'm one of those crazy teachers that want you to know why. Y equals x. Okay, just think about this. What's the coordinate of this point? Coordinate of this point. What's the coordinate of this point? What's the coordinate of this point? What's the coordinate of this point? What's this one? Isn't y equal to x all along that line? And that's why it works. Okay. All right. 13. Oh boy. Find the slope and the equation line. So, all right, 2 steps. So first, let's find the slope. So my slope formula, let's put it on the side. Let's side y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay. You got that. And the equation line, I'll put that over here. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Please write those formulas down on your notes, okay? So you have them, because you're going to need them tomorrow, right? Okay, slope. So if I go to my points, I've got 2 points. I like to call that my first point and that my second point, just because first, second, right? So that's got to be my x1, y1, x2, y2. And that helps me use my slope form, okay? Because I know exactly where to put things. So my slope, m is equal to, all right, negative 1 minus 8 over negative 2 minus 3. How am I doing? Which is a negative 9 over negative 5, which is just plain old 9/5, okay? Now, sometimes we get these fractions that it might be easier if we change it to a decimal. You okay with that? So I could call this also 1.8, okay? How many kids love fractions? Okay, love fractions? Nobody? Okay, 2 of you. 3 maybe? Most of you prefer decimal, right? So we could use the 9/5 or you could use the 1.8. Same answer, right? So now let's go to our equation. Here's our equation line. We need a y1, that's our 8. We need an x1, that's our 3. And we have our slope 1.8, which I'm going to put here, okay? So I'll go y minus 8 equals 1.8 times x minus 3. Okay, so I put my 8 in for the y1, 3 in for the x1, and my 1.8 in for the slope. I'm just going to simplify that times that times that. Of a y minus 8 equals a 1.8x minus, I don't know, that's why I changed it to decimal. That's what calculus is for, right? So what is 3 times 1.8? 5.4. Nice job, Katie. 5.4, right? Plus 8. So what is it? Negative 5.4 plus 8 equal a 2.6. So my answer is y equals a 1.8x plus 2.6. Okay.
Would it just be 2.1? You're not changing the decimal. You're just adding 8 to the negative 5 as well.
Right. So if you have to subtract, let me subtract the other way, Claire. I love it when you ask questions. 8 minus 5.4. What are we going to have to do? Borrow, remember?
Oh, yeah.
It's okay, but you know what? Even if you don't remember that, just use a calculator, right? That's what I did. I just used a calculator. I just used a calculator, right? Good question. I'm glad you asked that. Okay, guys, ready to turn the page? So Claire, old standby. All right, calculator. Always helps me out, okay? All right, now, so number 14 actually has two different questions. One is parallel, and the other is perpendicular, okay? So parallel and perpendicular, two different equations, okay? But before I do anything on this one, I have to find some slope. So I need the slope. So I'm going to probably work up here. I need slope. Okay, I need to know what the slope is. But before I can find the slope, I've got to take this equation and I've got to solve for y. Does that make sense? So let's take this equation and let's solve for y. Okay, so up here I'm going to take my 2x minus my 3y equals 6, okay? All right, so how am I going to do this? I got to bring the 2x over, right? Kurt, how do I bring the 2x over? Oh, that helps a lot. Okay, one more time, Kurt, sorry. Kurt, how do I bring the 2x over?
Subtract 2x.
Exactly, minus 2x, good job. I'm going to have a negative 3y equals a 6 minus 2x. Don't subtract those. That's an x. That's a 6, right? Divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3, divide everything by negative 3, which gives me a y equals a negative 2 plus 2/3 x. Okay. Did all that work mostly for this value right here. I really needed the slope. Okay, so in order to do this problem, I need to know that the slope is 2/3. Okay, now I think I can do this problem. Parallel, they're going to have the same slope. Equation of a line. Okay, one more time. If I need the equation of a line, then I'm going to go ahead and use my y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Now I'm doing the parallel one first, okay? And then I'll do the perpendicular one over here, okay? So, parallel. Two parallel lines have to have the same slope. I'm going to put my 2/3 right there for m. I've got a point xy. Here's my x1, my y1, right? Every point has an x and y value. Put my 6 in for the x1. I'll put my negative 12 in for the y1. So let's do it. Let's go y minus a negative 12 equals a 2/3 times an x minus a 6. Okay? You guys getting used to this formula? Claire, you starting to like this formula?
Yeah.
Yeah. It just kind of falls together in the end, doesn't it?
Yeah, if I did that last year, I forgot.
Yeah. I'm sure Mr. not Duffy, I'm sure Mr. Bard showed you this one, huh? And a lot of teachers like to use the other formula. I like this one. I really do like this one because it's for me it's easier. So y plus 12, right, double negative, equals a distribute 2/3 x. 2 times 6 is 12, divided by 3 is 4, okay? 2 times 6 is 12, divided by 3 is 4. Minus 12, because I got to finish up, minus 12, minus 12. I get an answer of y equals a 2/3 x minus 16. Thumbs up? Okay. Now, the second part of this perpendicular is the exact same process with one small thing. We're going to do the exact same work with one small thing. We're going to let the slope be the opposite of this. We're going to let it be a negative 3/2. So two things. You got to flip it and change the sign. For perpendicular, you flip it and change the sign, and that'll make them come together at 90 degrees. So again, let's use our formula. Y, we're going to use this formula right here. I'm going to use the same formula, same steps, except for I'm going to put the negative 3/2 in for the m. So we're going to go y minus y1, which we know is a negative 12, equals the slope, which is the negative 3/2, x minus the 6. So everything's the same. The only difference is just the slope. We're going to go ahead and finish it up. Double negative makes it a positive. Y plus 12 equals, I'm going to distribute that times that. Negative 3/2 times x and negative 3/2 x. Negative times a negative. Negative times a negative is a positive. 3 times 6 is 18. Divided by 2 is 9. 3 times 6 is 18. Divided by 2 is 9. Finish it up. Minus 12. Minus 12. Y equals a negative 3/2 x minus 3. Okay, and I might ask you to graph these tomorrow, but you can do that. It's easy to graph, right? All right, 15. So I gave us two graphs, so we'll put the first 3 on that graph. We'll put the second 3 on that graph. Okay, how's that sound? All right? All right, 15. Everybody better get 15 right. I would be so sad if somebody missed 15. I'd be so sad. But that's not going to happen, right? 15. How do we graph 15? Well, yeah. Thank you. How do you graph 15? What do you do? Shayla, how do you graph 15? You know how. Go up to 4 on the y, never the x. Yeah, and then what am I going to do? I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to say it just the opposite. But yes. I'm going to go down 1 over 3. You and I said the same thing. We did. Down 1 over 3, down 1 over 3. Over 3, down 1 is the exact same thing, isn't it, Shayla? Yeah. There it is. Thumbs up. Can you do that tomorrow? Good. 16. Eduardo, you know how to do this one. Yeah, you know how to do this one. Straight line, right? Straight across at 3. You guys agree? 1, 2, 3. Let's see. I'll put this one a different color. Yeah, there we go. Put it in brown so we can see the difference. Okay. There's that one. What's the slope of this line? Anybody know? 0. Good. X equals 2. Let's put that in orange. Death. True. You said you could ski this one, so how do we how do we graph that one? X equals 2.
You go to 2.
On the X, right?
Yeah.
And then
It's
straight up and down, right? Okay, you wouldn't really want to ski that one because its slope is undefined, right? If you had to ski that, it'd be a long drop, wouldn't it? Long drop. Yeah. Okay, now let's do 18. Now 18, the only problem with 18 is it's not ready to graph yet. It's not ready to graph. We've got to solve for y. So a little note on the side for 18. Let's solve for y first. So I'll do the work on the side. I take my 2x plus 5y equals negative 10, right? Okay, hang in there, Kurt. Minus 2x, right? Leland, you're watching 5y equals a negative 10 minus 2x, right? How am I doing? Am I okay? Divide by 5 all the way across. Y equals a negative 2 minus 2/5 x. Okay, great. Everybody okay with that? Right? Solve for y, so now you can graph it. Let's see, I'll do this one in, I don't know, what do you call this one? Magenta. That's what they call it. They call it magenta. Let's put it in magenta. So start at negative 2 on the y-axis, right? Down 2 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Graph that one in, okay? There you go. Okay. Let's do the next one in, let's see, what color do I have in here? Green. I'm going to pick on Keisha because she knows how to do this one. Keisha, you know where I'm picking on you, don't you? How do you graph this one?
You just you start at 0, 0, and then you go to 0, 3, 1, 1, 2.
Nice. Nice. And those are all the values where y is equal to x, right? Now, if you're not sure what she did, another way to do this is say, oh, wait a minute, 1x and x are the same thing, agree? 1x and x are the same thing. If I need to make it a slope, if I need to make it into a fraction, same thing as 1 over 1, and I know plus 0. Okay, that's another way to look at it. Good job, Keisha. All right, 20. It's not quite ready yet. So again, let's solve. Let's solve for y. Solve for y. I can do that. 2 times x, 2 times negative 1, so I have a y plus 2 equals a 2x minus 2, right? Minus 2, y equals a 2x minus 4. All right, let's put that one. Let's see what kind of colors I have. I got a pink. How about pink, huh? So start at negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. All right, put that one in there. Pink's kind of hard to see, isn't it? Yeah, that's better. Okay. So 1 to 16 all seems like a lot, but it's the review, right? And I'd like you to do all of them. If you need graph paper, I think I have graph paper around here somewhere. So don't lose this.